that's cool. I guess let's just try to. We can try to make this as. How's this? Yeah, this is nice and safe looking. Whoa. He's just. I guess I'll just sort of cap that. Wow. That. Whoa. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay. He's attaching to my stone. I get honey on the inside. Honey on the outside. Honey on the inside, I can just cut him. I mean, he wants to be super aggressive. I can just meet that aggression with aggression. Or like fight. They're fighting. I'm just gonna follow him. This looks all well and good. Okay, and now I don't want to just be pushing from behind. But this could be potentially a cut. But I don't want that. So I'm okay with that. And then I don't know if he's going to be going for any of these type of cutting moves. Yeah, there it is. Okay. I have to keep this stuff. That's way more important than anything going on down there. Gonna keep this good too. And now there's this cutting point. There's also this. I think if I do this, then this thing is actually helpless because I don't know what it's supposed to do at this point. There's a key point for both of us, but I can just take all that good stuff away. Let's see, I could drive that into the rest of my influence and then play a move like this. Just really making everything here absolute. Use this. I don't know what the point of this is. I guess we can place here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take that. Now he can't connect. Oh my god, he can connect. I totally forgot how things work. I should have played, yeah, I guess here first. Wow, that was cool. Okay, let's see. Things that I can do, expand my own territory. Inside of things. Let's see, if I've got a bunch of influence here. This is kind of like a big, scary move. I think this is okay. There's like maybe trying to fix this connection. But all in all, I'm not going to worry about this now. I'll play this other big, influential move. Okay, and there's that. Let's see, high tensor, low tensor. Let's do a low tensor. I wonder if he's going to jump up. No. Okay. I could just stay connected. I'm actually going to do that. I think I like that. Just try to connect all these guys. And that's totally fine if he wants to keep crawling on the first one. Oh my god, he took Tengen. He actually took Tengen. Okay, so this is a good example of fundamental play. He's doing something very odd, very strange, very unusual. And we may be wondering, what you doing? What is this? How do we respond to this? I'm gonna chill. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just gonna absolutely chill. I could continue harassing this group into making life. No, that's not a very mature thing to do. Let's come down to the bottom. There's this shoulder hit. Because there's like no object down there. Alternatively, I can just try to make something work here. Alternatively, I can can come here. I'm just gonna approach from this side and try to sort of get something working around here. Wow, he really likes this Joseph. That's weird. I haven't seen anyone who likes that this much. Bam, bam. With no reason, like, I'm over here. What does he even want to do? I'm gonna, like, threaten to undercut. I know it's not actually a threat. Oh. Maybe it is. Can I just do this and speculate? Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Okay, he's just gonna back off. I was wondering where this was gonna go. If anything weird were to occur. I think I can just keep this in. Keep all my guys connected. Which is exactly what I want to do. And just kind of go for the biggest moyo in the world. Of course you would have that. So I'm gonna push him toward my closest, biggest, thickest, juiciest bit of influence. But I'm also really thinking about this shoulder hit right now. This was actually pretty bad in terms of fundamental shape. Yes, yes it is. It absolutely is. Okay. Or, I mean, my opponent, I think is a real 4K. I don't know about that. But he didn't respond. He played up here. I'm going to go ahead and take the shape move. And he's going to poke at the cut. I'm so not worried about this cut because these guys have, they don't have the closest friends. But this guy's gonna be alright. Like, what if I just, he made this lovely elephant's eye. Can I? Is this for real? Probably not. He plays here. I don't know. These guys are too weak. You know what? Connect when you can. That is just definitely a Sente move. I should not be ignoring something that was definitely Sente. Okay, so now he's wrapping around this way. I guess there's two things to think about. One is these dudes who are just hanging out. Two is this cut. So I've got a cutting point here. These guys, don't exactly have a base. I mean, it would be easy to make one, but immediately, no. I can draw back with him, because these guys are in huge threat of being surrounded. So let's just pull away. This is a bad move. So, what's wrong with this move? There's something crazy going on in the middle with something that's shapeless and eyeless. And he played down here. This is far, far away. I'm just gonna harass this dude. I guess like this. Pull back to here. Just completely surrounding this, and then he wants to do that. I could run away with him. That's not exactly appealing. I could turn, block this guy. I don't know if he wanted this to be a ladder breaker. I don't think it is. Oh, that's a ladder breaker. Okay, he's playing ladder breakers. I'm totally fine with him eating this stone up, because, as you can kind of see, the middle is giant. That would be so nice to have. I know he has 4 corners, and that would just be like a really big 4th corner. but I'm not interested in this cut taking place ever, because of how weak these stones would be all around, and all surrounded by their enemies. Okay, so he does go for this cut. I'm gonna save my stone, because I don't see another option. He's going to take this stone. This is nice points, don't get me wrong. There are great points over there. So where are some weaknesses? Where might this thing go live at? Okay, actually I have no idea. So much so that I'm feeling willing to play maybe the last big... No, there are big points over here. Okay. He attached like that. I'm just gonna pull away. Hane on the head of 2 stones. I'm gonna Hane on the head of 2 stones. And then he wants to connect. That's totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and peep, because there is no cut here. He's got his net, this guy and this guy. I'm gonna pull back from that, so this is nice. He's forcing me into good shape. It's never bad to be forced into good shape. I mean, maybe it is a little bit sometimes, but I don't think it's ever bad. It's not bad in this particular situation. I'm not gonna worry about it. I have no idea what he's doing. I mean, we have like mirror cutting points. I've got cutting points, he's got cutting points. I'd be much more worried about mine if I were white, considering this is a bunch of stones helping each other. So this is perhaps a thing right now. I have options of cutting here or cutting here. I'm just going to go ahead and take the elephant's eye, because I don't want to be greedy and let this link up with this and perhaps create one eye there. So this is the plan. Really hope these guys are not getting surrounded. I can connect up. He does this. I don't like this stick becoming more shapely. I really do like the unshapely stick. Alright, let's try to get some shape over here. Because this is shapeless. He plays here. I'm okay with this not being all one thing. Yeah, and there it is, not all one thing. Yeah, this needs to happen so that he's not over here creating perhaps an eye. I don't know, I don't want to read. Reading's hard. We can take this away. Now I don't think that will be an eye. I don't know what he's trying, but he's trying. He's trying to kill something over here. These cutting stones are going to die. I don't think he can even get these, but if he does, it's not a big deal, as long as I keep these and this alive. So the big guy in the middle is all cut off. Now might not be a bad time to start counting. I'm guessing he's threatening to make a single eye. If he plays here, then he has this, then he has this. Yeah, I actually can't allow that. So he's gonna have one eye. Because it's either take away the eye, and he gets to take maybe all of this, I think. Or do what just happened. Okay, so what else have we got? I don't think I need to cut this off. I think there might be better moves, but let's do it for security. It's important to be safe. I'm not going to try to just kill things without being safe. I don't know if he's going in for some kind of throw-in. If he played this, if he plays this, that's fine. I just don't want there to be a throw-in, and reading's hard. So let's just do some good fundamentals so that we don't have to read. Because reading is, that's like Don level stuff. That's like high level stuff. He wants to take this. I don't know where he's gonna go next. Is he gonna do this guy who's just like this, like very apparent ladder type thing? Oh, he's doing it. What's going on? Oh no, is this a target? Oh no, I just did that. Oh my god. Okay. That's bad. That's everything. Okay. Everything here is dead. There is nothing alive here. These stones, just absolutely everything. The lot of it is gone. Which means that if we were to count now, we would have like maybe some points. Well, he's got like 4 coins. And oh my god, like a giant kill in the middle. Oh my god. I don't know. Let's count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, because counting is important. Counting is good fundamental stuff. Let's continue counting. Where were we? 5, 6, maybe 6 down here. 14. I'm gonna call that 14. This will die. Let's see what else. These turns are kind of substantial. Let's see, is there anything that we can get by forcing him to... I'm gonna turn. Because maybe that will be worth anything if he doesn't just jump here immediately. How many points does Black have? How many points? Right, how many points do I have? And there it goes. So he was also looking at can White do? Black. Can Black do the here? There's the other turn. Oh, we got what, 4 points? What else? Okay. God, I need to not lose my count. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18, 19, 2, 7, what's 29 plus 14, plus way more. 4. God, while Black has no points at all, I'm gonna calling it. Ooh, okay, that was a bad game. That was so awful. Oh no, I did really badly. Is he gonna leave? Is he gonna hang out? I kind of want him to quick review game, but I don't know what he's doing. I can go ahead and... Okay. Let's find out what happens specifically. Alright. Now that we have no time constraints whatsoever, we're playing good normal moves, we're doing an approach, he's doing a funky thing, he's attaching on top when this is the 6th move in the game. I'm so sorry, Der Gherkin Pizza, I know that must have hurt a lot. I had to do what I had to do, which is not play A10. Just lose more points. It's not like that wasn't, you know, the slight margin that was going to win. Where are we at? So, playing these moves, right, that's right, he was into this kind of Joseki. That's okay, he's got his nice, strong corner that isn't devoid of Aji. Yeah, actually, we're even... whatever. Where were we? So, playing our moves, continuing to make framework, essentially trying to give this space. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces in between here, making this hard to live. He just jumps in the corner immediately. In terms of fundamentals, don't do this immediately. It's not good because you're gonna get, let's find out, a 10-point corner, maybe, while black has a giant wall facing the direction of his choice, which happened to be this way, where he's got wall and wall. Right, let's continue, just playing shade moves. Okay, white makes the, like, mad invasion immediately, which, I don't know, I would never do this. This is so right in the middle of everything. I would have loved white to do anything else on any side of the board if I were white. This just seems really greedy. This seems like, black, you can't have that. I made the bad exchange of, you know, taking a corner so you could have Bub's influence. And now you can't have it. I don't want that to be put to good use. I think the correct answer would not be to play up in the corner. Der Gherkin Pizza, where are you talking about? What direction? In the other direction? I mean, right here? In this direction? Of sorts. If that is your question, I know there's a lot of lag in terms of, you know, just time that I see things, time that you see things. But do you mean this direction versus this direction? I played this direction because I just saw. Oh yeah. So yes, the corner block. I played in this direction because I thought, you know, I've got a wall on the, what is this, Q7 area. I really want to develop this. I've got stones in that area. It's going to be harder for him to invade, whereas if I do something on this side, it just felt like, you know, I've got this bit of influence facing a wall that's facing somewhere else, that's facing this and I just really wanted to take 2 walls and make them face each other and just be like, this is gonna be a nice big solid thing, which is what we see happening. Oh yeah, no, R8 that is pretty small, because, I mean, what's the risk? Let's say black plays something bigger, like and then like this is nothing, and black still has Sente to go do big moves, whatever. Not that. Yeah, that was so small, so small. Right. I think that's just a lesson for me. Gotta not be fixing these tiny little things with 2 stones near the bottom that aren't doing anything. It's not like white's not alive, or super easily alive. Could have done absolutely anything else. Very, very small. Good point. White just jumps into the middle, kind of aimless. I don't know, other options he has, maybe trying to do like, I don't know where he would do Sabaki things, to be honest, in this situation. But that's fine. That's fine, he does this, and then we just fight in this manner. He kind of like this is a Hane at the head of 2 stones without even there being 2 stones at first. It's just second we create this shape. So I liked where this was going, and then this deal happened. White's losing his 3 stones, and then is White gonna lose everything? No, and then I didn't play here, right? Because isn't this fine? Isn't this great? Isn't this what White has 1 move on either side? It doesn't matter. White can get 1 eye here, and I don't know, try to break out of here somehow. I don't know because reading's hard, but then, no! I played the bad move, because I'm so bad at understanding, connecting underneath. No! That was hard. Because it is a lot of points. It is just points, but it's kind of substantial. I get to save his stone that was just plopped into the middle, doing absolutely nothing. I mean, I was at the time observing this move. I was like, it doesn't make a difference, right? Wrong. It doesn't make a difference. Here, I got plenty of options. Honestly, I think that anything like this is totally viable. Maybe even this, maybe something up here, I don't know. I just played there because I felt like it, to be honest. I don't think there was like the good move here. This was just like, I've got a bunch of influence, I'm gonna play high, I'm gonna get a bunch of influence. If he wants to take my corner, it's fine, I don't mind. Sure enough, that is what happened. And I just wanted to play consistently, going along with my overall plan with the, well now I've got a bunch of influence, let's continue getting ridiculous influence. And, you know, if there is going to be any white group on the board, I'm not gonna have to worry about it. So white pushes on second line, not first. But that's alright. I mean, I don't know why he's doing this. It's only strengthening Black's influence. I guess because he wanted to poke fun at me and throw it in my face that he can just play Tengen and make it live, no matter what, which is what happened. So I didn't want to come after this guy immediately. I just wanted to play calmly, maybe get something bigger than just, you know, attacking this, you know, I don't know, let's say something like this. White plays on the inside, and I don't know, somehow, you know, I get this and White gets a wall here, and then I have no idea. So just gonna be calm, just gonna be composed, and basically the reason, so, right, there's 2 options here, play here, in terms of, do you want to take the corner? Why does he play Tengen? Oh, that's a good question. That's a really good question, right? Because if you're white right here, okay, maybe not if you're white. If I'm white, I'm not thinking, oh, I'm going to play Tengen. If I'm white, I'm thinking like, okay, the bottom is developable. I don't have any low stones there, though. What if I got a low stone there? What if I just, like, did this? What if I don't, you know, what if I did anything else in the world? He goes, oh, dude, let's just take Tengen. So I was not trying to do all of that. There are bigger things on the board, regardless of, like right now, if you want to look at black territory, white territory, which is important. It's important to look at things like who's got territory, who's got influence. You know, white's got territory in the corner. This corner is up for grabs, but white's got a little bit. What is this? 5, 6 points on the side. What is this? 10 points over here. Does black have any territory? Not exactly. This is like worth nothing. What is this? 10 points. This is basically all just giant black framework. Right. So what about direct attacks? What about direct attacks? E8 or C? Oh, I think you leave for white. Right. Doesn't white want to just like do something nice and big such that he can actually get more territory? That does look like what he's trying to do. He's got territory. Maybe we're looking at a very territorial player. Because when you do something like plop a stone in the middle of the board, when your opponent has influence actually everywhere, seen here by black's influence actually everywhere, oftentimes you get a really bad result because, yeah, black can just do something like this, and I don't know what you want to do. Maybe you want to like attach and do like weird Sabaki stuff. Maybe you just feel like you're getting pushed up into this stuff. I mean, this isn't bad. This is like maybe an eye. No. I don't know. Maybe black's playing moves. Maybe trying to live. Just trying to live. Basically, I don't want to just force him to live. But oftentimes it can be difficult to survive in the middle of your opponent's influence, but it's not totally gonna happen. Let's see, 6 Lily, maybe J11 instead of J8 works better with D10. Yeah, I mean, so there's the idea of pushing towards your influence, which I don't mind at all, because let's say I play a move like J8, and instead of him attaching to it or something, let's say he feels like I'm what do you call it? Like a sheepdog. I'm a sheepdog, and he's a sheep. He's a nice little white lamb, and he feels like I'm pushing him in that direction. Maybe he wants to play over here. The nice thing about him playing over here is that like he's getting closer and closer to black. Less and less likely that there's eye shape. This is, I guess, basically the same idea as the life and death idea of reducing your opponent's eye shape. Because now, I mean, there's like black plays another move in this direction. I mean, there's like this. I don't know how this goes, but like attaching to really strong stuff, right? Getting strength by leaning on strength. Trying to make eye shape of some sort. Who knows? But just there's not that much shape because of how much, or not that much space rather, because of how much black is going on. But pushing him toward your influence in this case is for attacking and getting compensation somewhere else. Sometimes you make territory out of thickness. Right? Yeah. J11. Oh, that does look so nice. Look, it's saying white. I understand that your stone's going to live, because oftentimes stones live. I don't know, maybe we do this thing, and then white jumps away, and wow, that looks really nice! Oh my god, are you guys seeing this? It's, whoa, like this is, like, 9th line territory right here. Oh, that looks really good, right? That looks absolutely amazing. And then, what? This? Oh my god. What? Like, white, I know you're gonna live. That's okay. But, what? Okay, so, right? I was feeling calm, I was feeling composed. I was like, no, I'm not gonna touch that stone. You're playing Tengen. That's like weird. I'm just gonna stick to my guns. It's good to have guns to which you can stick in situations that are unfamiliar. And I'm not exactly well versed in people smacking down on Tengen in the middle of the game. So he continues playing the Suseki because he really likes it. And I played the good old G5 here because, well, I mean, he's over here. I got all this influence. Can I get some more influence? Oh, but Sick Willie, that is a really good point because the whole thing of, oh, don't try to kill things. No, why don't try to kill things. Just push them out. Just push them out, and then you can take your territory. I'm so not thinking today. So this was maybe a little slack. Maybe a lot of slack. I don't get a response either. I guess my goal was to make him play something. I don't know what. Just so that I could be like, hey, look at me developing things, even though maybe there are more pressing things on the board. If you look at this board, the elephant in the room should be, oh dude, like right, wow, there's this guy right here. Good point, Sick Willie. It is misplaced. Look at this. It's just, yeah, like, I've already blocked this off because, if we compare move, what is this, 72 to move 64, yeah, maybe he's got some paths, right? We come back here, or where, we come back here, and now this path isn't exactly there. This is one lonely path, which is like, that's not hard to, envision that getting cut off. But I guess fundamentally, he plops something down right in the middle of your influence. What should you be doing is saying, okay, I've got all this influence. Oh, wouldn't this look wonderful? Wouldn't this be so nice to be creating a wall facing my influence where, it's much smaller. Whereas, if we look at pre-Tengen move, it's like, oh my god, there's all this space to invade. And then maybe he's just saying with his Tengen move, I would like you to make a bunch of territory. Because that's kind of how I feel when I see that. Need to get back in shape, need to reacquaint myself with the fundamentals. Whoops, that was not the move in the game. So, that's right, we have him taking the good old 3 point. To which I said, wait, you didn't respond to this, can I do this? And then we had this sort of thing, which was basically uneventful. That was weird. I think maybe he misclicked, because this looks way better in every which way, right? Because the next thing that happened in game was I cut him off, and he could not really come through. But were he to do this, it's substantially harder to actually seal him in, because sealing him in is like a huge thing, right? Like surrounding things. If you can surround things, you're doing well, you're doing something right. So he does get sealed in because of, I believe, this misclick. Like, what's Black supposed to do here? This is not nearly, whoops, that's the misclick. Not nearly as easy. Right, so Sick Willie says, when your opponent plops a stone down your influence, you have 2 options. You can let him live and you still have enough territory. Then if you can let him live and you still have enough territory, then let him live. If not, you need to attack severely or get enough strength to invade him somewhere else. Just as a general rule of thumb, which I think is absolutely true. I don't know what I think in this game I was like, oh, that has no friends and blacks everywhere, I can kill that, which is a bad idea. Learn from my mistakes, because losses are really when when learning occurs. Learning does not so much occur in win after win after win. So maybe one of the most fundamental lessons in Go, don't try to kill things. If you try to kill things, things generally just live, because living's not like that hard. And then bad things will happen to you because you're trying to crush his skull, and his skull is just too hard, and your hands hurt now. So this was not a great idea. I see why I did it. I was like, oh, here, I'll just make you heavy. But I really should have followed this up. I can follow it up with something simple, like pulling back, and just, maintaining my connection with my other stones. I guess kind of preempting maintaining a connection, just making that really easy, really hard for him to cut me off. Whereas this, we've still got 4 lines in between here, 3 lines in between here. It's not a perfect connection. No one sees stones here, in a vacuum, sees these stones here and these stones here and says, yeah, that's connected. But one more move, it's like, oh yeah, that's totally a connection. Instead, I took the time to play all the way over here. Not a good idea, in terms of fundamentals. You want to continue doing what you're doing. You don't want to be like, I'm going to play some stones here, and try to do this thing, and then just leave them and go do something else. It's very ADD. How dare I? So the Gherkin Pizza H14 is the move. That's a good looking move. What's he gonna do? Right? Like, ooh. That's a good looking move. I don't know, maybe this after that. Right? If you play K8, you can't live at all. Oh right, so in reference to this very far away move, or maybe, I don't know, always asking for that song to mean at this moment. Specifically, this is move 85. Oh, I should have allowed enough room so that you can see what move number is. Unfortunately, it's just above where you can see things. I'll fix that next time. So K8, yeah, basically what Sick Willie has been mentioning this whole time. That if I get this kill, right? And it's like that conditional statement, if I get this kill, which is generally not what you want to be doing. If all your reading in Go was always like, oh, if this, of course you are thinking okay, if he plays here, then I'm gonna play here. If this, then that. But it's not like you're just banking on it. If he does this, it's gonna be awesome and I'm gonna win. You're just trying to think. Let's see. Right. All the board games done. Gaining proper attacking. Right, so that is the contrary, I don't know, principle, I guess is what I'll call it, of this is a very deep invasion. I have a thing in my eye, give me a sec, thank you. But when you have a super deep invasion, can it still live? I guess that's totally up to you. In my mind, in this game, during the game, I was like, no, that can't live. I'm gonna get you. How dare you invade me so deeply? But I don't know. It's kind of like, oh, I lost my train of thought. Whatever. I was trying to kill it. It's generally a bad idea. Generally just a really bad idea. In the game, we continued playing in this manner. This was a bad idea. Let's do anything else, right? Let's do even this or something. I don't know. Let's anything else. Then just leaving our stones completely isolated and alone. We get to make a shape move. We are forced to connect, which is always a good move. We always like to connect. We get to continue doing things. This is like, oh no, what are you doing? Oh, always asking for that song meant after those exchanges, so meant you did mean here, okay. Yeah, I mean, this makes perfect sense. Look, we've got white with blackness in every which direction. White's only hope here, basically, is to take these stones, right, which are looking pretty weak compared to this guy, and then also make an eye somewhere else. I mean, maybe try to poke through here, threaten to connect, and make an eye that way. You know, this stone's looking pretty bad. This cut is not potent just yet, but it's not like it's not going to be if, you know, white wants it to be. Right, so, returning to the game. Right, this is where we are. So, white's undercutting. This actually ended up working really well for white because I'm bad. But I mean, like, oh, what are you gonna do? You win some, you lose some. You win some, you lose some. No, so I just peeped because I was like, you're really heavy. You're gonna stay really heavy. He did stay heavy. And then I did back off with finally getting that K8 in. White pushing. Like, no, I don't want you to do that. That's okay. You can have that stone. Then white goes for the cut. I mean, it worked out. I don't think it should have worked out. Right, this was not the time. Oh, what am I doing? Like, white's B15 move, you're just thinking like, oh dude, that's so the wrong direction. Where are you going? You just like have your house dying in the middle of the board, or maybe not your house dying, I don't know, a good analogy. And you're just like hanging out way over here on the second line. It's kind of what I did right here. I was like, let's just go do other things, cause you're dead, cause you're going to die. No, that's actually a good point, always asking for that song. There's nothing wrong with that, because white's so dead. No reason to waste extra moves, right? Like, that's my move. Oh, that's my move. I need this move. It's mine. I can't just waste it on killing a dead horse. But sure enough, so white's just, you know, struggling to live. Black's got absolutely nothing to worry about. Now, at this point, I think the fundamental principle that I betrayed was always stay connected. How easy would it have been to connect like this? Is this not the easiest? What, white wants this, black's getting this. White wants this, black's getting this. There's no threat. Black can just stay connected indefinitely. Forever, actually. No, I took out the elephant gun because fuck elephants. Ooh. And then this was like, I mean, come on. What are you doing? What am I afraid of? I don't know. Like, there's this. Yeah, what's white's other option? There's this. Don't get me wrong, that's bad shape. That's like, oh my god, look at how inefficient that is. But it's not like white has a chance in hell that it's gonna live. What, he's gonna cut this? Not exactly. So, doing more silly things, just letting white stay connected. Doing this, trying to make shape down in the bottom side. White just wants to cut us off. Why I did that and not something like this was because I didn't want white to kind of maybe make an eye. This isn't even an eye. What am I talking about? I was so afraid. I'm so afraid in this game. Which is also a big thing that's hard to deal with. Is just like being like, oh no, everything is going fine, but what if? Oh, I'm afraid. And also on that point, just like dealing with like the emotions of losing is something that can sometimes be really hard. Because just like, I lost, and like because you feel so invested, and then having to just release that emotion that got conjure it up in you because, losing, that feel, man. White's just trying to live, not a bad idea. Right now I'm like slapping myself. Why didn't I saw a weak enough? Because I thought I was a baller. Turns out I was not a baller. There's nothing wrong with this. Now that I look at this. That's not a real throw-in. That's fine too. There's no reading. Reading's hard. So I didn't feel like reading. I felt like getting thrown in on. Now the other option would be to play this way. In which case, oh no, he's alive. Oh wait, no. What? Throw it. Oh wait, no, that's not for real. Because there's this, and then there's, and then. Trying to live. And no. Oh my god. I was so good there. And then after that, like, the game's over. It's not like there's any, like, fundamentally, maybe I had some good ideas. Yeah, right? That damn, I don't know, what is this classified under? Shortage of liberty? You know, fundamentally, generally should not have been going to kill that. I get it. It was really deep. Crazy deep invasion, plopped into the middle of the board, didn't have any idea of like, oh, I'm gonna attach over here and like do a thing. It didn't have like any strategically cool things. It was just right in the middle of the board. But even a lame invasion like that, I should not be so aggressively trying to kill. Yeah, there was. I should be comfortable. Right, and then this guy. I should have been comfortable. And then the game's over. There's, whoops, that is not what the game did. Yeah, here. And then the game's over. Yeah, so that's a tough thing, because, like, when I think of fundamentals, I don't know what you guys think of fundamentals, but when I think of fundamentals, like, when I was at 20Q versus now, 5Q and stuff, like, as a 20Q, I wanted to kill everything, right? Not everything. I knew that, like, you can't kill everything. Okay, his corn is gonna live. But, like, any invasion, it was like, this was my territory! How dare you! When, really, it's not your territory, it's just your influence, and, I mean, that means that you can probably get something out of it, or at least you can, be big and scary in there. But just because it's your territory, I mean, not your territory, just because it's your influence, by no means means that it's going to be your territory. Yeah. Because, like, they invade, and then what is really nice, that I know now that I didn't know then, is like, okay, let them invade, that's gonna be fine, let them, like, live small inside your sphere of influence, get even bigger influence, oh yeah, and then just, like, go use your influence to do cool stuff, like, start attacking, or meeting up with your other influence, and just being the biggest wall that's really scary and in the middle of the board. Deep invasions. I don't know, like, I want to kill it. Deep invasions. Oh no, let me just, like, push it in that direction. And then I'll push it so much that I'll just, like, get a big wall and get territory with that. Sick Willie says, the hard part of Go is knowing when attacking to kill is going to leave you with a stretched out position, or when it'll be okay. In this case, you should have done more to attack. I think so, definitely, because I don't know. Okay, so let's look back. So what is this? At this point, he should be dead, right? Like, what is white? He's like a couple shapeless walls in the middle of black everything, right? This should die. So at this point, it's not a question, but initially there is this question. At this point, I don't even think it's a question. Initially, initially, right, let's just go here. At this point, no, let's even go a little further back. At this point, where's the point? I think it's this. Okay. I'm even just gonna, I think you can just shift click on things. Yeah, you can. Oh, I need to learn my shift click. Yeah. Okay. At this point, Black's got a question. This is like the question of the game, basically. Is, that's a really deep invasion. Should I just push it, and it can like go meet up with its white brethren, while I make perhaps a wall over here, perhaps securing everything on the left side of the board as my territory, because this looks very potential, right? Like, the right side's decided, the right side is set, there's, you know, we got what we got out of that. And then there's the left side, very potential, very open. Do I just want to push this white stone, something like this, and force white to run away and go hang out with his white groups, which still, by the way, don't have much of a framework. You know, I mean, you can count this sort of, but has plenty of room for invasion. So, like, if I'm black and I'm feeling, as I often feel, oh no, he's got all this territory. He's got a corner. He might get a corner. He's got a corner. Where's my territory coming from? Here initially, this looks very nice, but by no means is territory. This is a sphere of influence. This is a really strong sphere of influence, but no, it is just a sphere of influence. Right, there's like a few points over here. This is really close to territory. I don't know what to call this. This like mostly, nah, this like almost, because what's white gonna do? But black plays it away. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if he can play that, because this ladder is not in his favor. What's white gonna do? There. And now this is like very close to black territory. Let's see, Sick Willie, that's very true. I had that problem so often as an SDK. I would evaluate at the end of the opening and say, okay, it's even, or I'm a bit ahead. And then the middle game would happen, and I would take stock of the whole board again until endgame had started. Yeah, geez, I try not to count until, like, definitely the latter half of the middle game. So I feel like, okay, let's say that we have this game as an example. Where would I try to start counting? Honestly, maybe around here. I know that the bottom's still super open, so I know that this is like really hard to count. Actually, no, let me rephrase. I like to think that I start counting at the latter half of the middle game. At some point like this. I don't really start counting until like this. This is probably when I start counting, because I'm like, okay, there's nothing really left on the edges of the board. Like, this was the last big, like, edge of the board move, right? Because remember, I played M3 at that jolly old time. And that was, like, the first biggest, like, endgame move. This is the second biggest one, counting that. I wouldn't start counting until this. At this point, I'd be like, okay, we're good to count, let's count. And then, right, that very much drives the type of shenanigans that you try to pull in the endgame. Like, oh no, I'm like 5 points behind, but I can do it. Especially with SDKs, if you have a good endgame, you can often do it if you're 5 points behind. Let's see, always asking for that song. I think one of the hardest things at around the 5K level is to stop and think what is happening in the game as a whole. If you're already leading by a lot, you play safely. If you're behind, you should play more aggressively. As a 5Q, you have this ability, but how often do you stop, take time for it, and just calmly count? Oh, I know, that is like the biggest thing in the world, is just being like, you know what, I feel a certain way, right, because like, you have a bunch of interactions in the game, and you're either feeling, okay, all our interactions have been going slightly in my favor, or, ooh, all our interactions have been kind of not that I wanted to bring about, I haven't bring about. And so that's the feeling that I initially start with, is like, okay, I feel a little ahead, or okay, I feel a little behind. But that feeling's not always true. Gotta count. You gotta, like, that's a really fundamental thing. Why haven't I been mentioning counting? I mean, I know I do a little bit, but not in terms of like these are the fundamentals that I'm going to be thinking about. Just counting throughout the game, counting, bearing in mind who's ahead, who's behind. Let's see, evaluating board value after the opening is almost impossible, even at around 4 dawn. I would still go, yeah, after the opening. I mean, let's call, what are we gonna call the opening? I don't know, something like this is the opening. Oh, jeez, what is that? Here, for simplicity's sake, we're gonna call this the end of the opening, even though maybe like a little bit of fighting occurs here. But whatever. This is the end of the opening. I would have no idea where to start counting. I know this game isn't the best example. There are other games where like there are only moves played on the 3rd and 4th line, so we call it the end of the opening. This isn't a great example, but I mean that's the thing. In a real game, it's not just like, oh, the opening ended because we stopped playing 3rd and 4th line moves. In a real game, there are things that are more complex than that. You're just like, where do I start counting? Here, I would have no way to evaluate what's worth what. Other than, like, the corners. But what's the use of being able to count just the corners and nothing else? I mean, this corner is super open. Who's gonna get it? Oh, is black gonna get it? Is white gonna get it? I don't know. We have no idea what's gonna go on here. We don't even exactly know what's gonna go on here. Just no idea. I would not start evaluating at this point. I would start evaluating at a much later point. Yeah, probably, like I said, something like, something like here, which is maybe not the best thing, because ideally, I think I do want to start evaluating around the end of the middle game, maybe even before this point. So here's the thing, if I wanted to evaluate at a point like this, I would be very confused about the bottom right here, and I would be very confused about the left side, the upper left. I would, be comfortable counting the corners for white, even counting this corner, counting this corner. I would count all this as dead stuff that black's gonna take. But then, when we come to this very open side, which I know this was kind of a weird game because we did have very open sides well into the game. This is move 106 right now, and we're still looking at a pretty open side. I wouldn't know how to evaluate this. Because it's like, do you just call that dame? I don't know. Black's like heading toward it, but white's got a stone here. White's undercut this. White's over here. Black's. It's not exactly, especially with both these stones, it's not exactly hard to do. Are there any other questions? Questions. Ooh, that went so badly. I need to be better. I need to not be bad. I'm sure I'll play better in the future, but I think I'll play again tomorrow. Tomorrow at maybe around 2 o'clock Central Time. Right now it's 4 o'clock for me. I don't know what it is for you guys if you're interested. Maybe that's enough self-plugging. And then more questions. I don't know, we already did do quite a bit of discussion, so if you guys are all questioned out, I think that's everything that I'm thinking of. In this game, it is easier to count white's territories, as asking for that song, and then think how much of your influence needs to be turned into real points. That will give you an idea of how aggressive you need to be. Oh, wow, that's actually really interesting. Because let's see, yeah, maybe around this point, right? We've played played out all the corners. Not entirely, I know. Like, okay, there. We've played out all the corners. I don't know. I'm gonna take that away because that's painful to look at. We've played out all the corners. And I can just count. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe, so 14. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, I'm gonna call it 13. 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, maybe. So white has like 56 points, plus call me. White's got 62 and a half points. 62 and a half points, that's nothing to scoff at. That's kind of a lot. 62 and a half points, wow. I know that was really crude counting. I know that this black stone doesn't look the healthiest, but 62 and a half points is actually, like, if you play games where there are a bunch of small groups, 62 and a half, that wins games sometimes. So that's actually a really good point. If I were just to count at this stage in the game, and I saw, oh no, white's got 62 and a half points. Yeah, like right now, and it's black's turn. White's got 62 and a half points. I need to make 62 and a half points. That's enormous. That's so big. That's not going to come from taking the side and taking the side and taking whatever I've got here. 62 and a half points, that's, I take the entire center. Because if you know, so much as live in a square over here, I don't think there's any way in hell that I'm getting 62 and a half points. So that's actually a really good point. Always asking for that song. Can I make my 62 and a half points just from pushing his Tengen dude around and building walls? Imagine C16, right? Like, let's say that this whole side is black. What is this? 16, 20, 26, what is this, like 30, just on this side, if we count fourth line it down, maybe like 30, yeah, like 30, just here, and then, I don't know, like, just move here, just pretend, okay, yeah, maybe this is 30, which is actually, that's half of 62 and a half, what am I, oh my god, that'd be so much. Yeah, 30 points, that's not bad at all. I don't know, those are skills that I need to evaluate, that I need to work on. Alright, and it's after 4, so I'm gonna go. I hope you guys had fun. I'm gonna be back again tomorrow. Okay. Now we have time, I think, to just play a relatively normal game. Sticking to the fundamentals. Cutting and connecting, getting ahead, thinking about territory, thinking about shape, thinking about influence. We've got the most normal things in the world going on, and I'm going to approach just because that's how I'm going to. And this is, I don't know why he wants to do this. Okay, that's interesting. Okay, so he's trying to get a nice big thing going here. I think I could just try to kind of maintain my connection. Oh, and immediately jumping into the corner. I'm cool with that. I have no problem with this whatsoever. This is okay by my standards. That was kind of weird. Yeah, okay. That's cool. I guess let's just try to Wow. Try to make this as big as possible. What's this? Now this is nice and safe. Whoa. I guess I'll just sort of cap that. Wow. Whoa. I don't know what's going on right now. Okay. He's attaching to my stone. I could honey on the inside. Honey on the inside. Honey on the inside, I can just cut him. I mean, he wants to be super aggressive. I can just meet that aggression with aggression. Or like fighty. He wants to be very fighty. I'm just gonna follow him. This looks all well and good. Okay, and now I don't want to just be pushing from behind. But this could be potentially a cut that I don't want to have happen. So I'm okay with that. And then I don't know if he's going to yeah, there it is. Okay. I have to keep this stuff. That's way more important than anything going on down there. Gonna keep this good too. And now there's this cutting point. There's also this. I think if I do this, then this thing is actually helpless. There's the key point for both of us, but I can just take all that good stuff away. Let's see, I could drive that into the rest of my influence and then play a move like this. Just really making everything here absolute. Then there's this. I don't know which point it was. I guess we can place here. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take that. Yeah, he can connect. Oh my god, he can connect. I totally forgot how things work. I should have played, yeah, I guess here first. Wow, that was cool. Okay, let's see. Things that I can do. Expand my own territory. Come inside of his. Let's see, if I've got a bunch of influence here. This is kind of like a big, scary move. I think this is okay. There's like maybe trying to fix this connection. But all in all, I'm not going to worry about it just now. I'll play this other big, influential move. Okay, and there's that. Let's see, high pincer, low pincer. Let's do a low pincer. I wonder if he's going to... No, okay. I could just stay connected. I think I'm actually going to do that. I think I like that. Just try to connect all the and that's totally fine if he wants to keep crawling on the first line. Oh my god, he took Tengen. He actually took Tengen. Okay, so this is a good example of fundamental play. He's doing something very odd, very strange, very unusual. And we may be wondering, what you doing? How do we respond to this? I'm gonna chill. I'm not really worried about that. I'm just gonna absolutely chill. I could continue harassing this group into making one. No, that's not a very mature thing to do. Let's come down to the bottom. There's this shoulder hit. Because there's like no Haji down there. Alternatively, I can just try to make something work. Alternatively, I can do this. Come here. side and try to sort of get something working around here. Wow, he really likes this Josek. That's weird. I haven't seen anyone who likes that this much. Bam, bam. With no reason, like, I'm over here. What does he even want to do with that? I'm gonna, like, threaten to undercut. I know it's not actually a threat. Oh. Maybe it is. Can I just do this and spec? Keep going. Huh. That's interesting. Okay. Okay, he's just gonna back off. I was wondering where this was gonna go. If anything weird were to occur. Just keep this in. Keep all my guys grounded, which is exactly what I want to do. And just kind of go for the biggest moyo in the world. Of course he wouldn't like to have that. Yeah, this is him saying no. So I'm gonna push him toward my closest, biggest, thickest, juiciest bit of influence. But I'm also really thinking about this shoulder hit right now. This was actually pretty bad in terms of fundamental play. Yes, yes it is. It absolutely is. Okay. Or, I mean, my opponent, I think is a real 4K. I don't know about that, but he didn't respond. He played up here. I'm gonna go ahead and take the shape move, and he's gonna poke at the cut. I'm so not worried about this cut because these guys have, they don't have the closest friends. But this guy's gonna be alright. Like, what if I just, he made this lovely elephant's eye. Can I? Is this for real? Probably not. Place here. I don't know. These guys are too weak. You know what? Connect when you can. That is just definitely a sentient move. I should not just be ignoring something that's most definitely sentient. Okay, so now he's wrapping around this way. I guess there's two things to worry about. One is these dudes who are just hanging out. Two is this cut. So I've got a cutting point here. These guys don't exactly have a base. I mean, it would be easy to make one, but immediately, no. I can draw back with him. Because these guys are in a huge threat of being surrounded. So let's just pull away. This is a bad move. So, what's wrong with this move? There's something crazy going on in the middle with something that's shapeless and eyeless. And he played down here. This is far away. I'm just gonna harass his dude. I guess like this. I'll connect it here. Just completely surrounding this, and then he wants to do that. I could run away with him. That's not exactly appealing. I could turn, block this guy. I don't know if you wanted this to be a ladder breaker. I don't think it is. Oh, that's a ladder breaker. Okay, he's playing ladder breakers. I'm totally fine with him eating this stone up, because, as you can kind of see, the middle is giant. That would be so nice to have. I know he has 4 corners, and that would just be like a really big 4th corner. But I'm not interested in this cut taking place ever, because of how weak these stones would be all alone, and all surrounded by their So he does go for this cut. I'm gonna save my stone because I don't see another option. He's going to take this stone. This is nice points, don't get me wrong. There are great points over there. So where are some weaknesses? Where are some weaknesses? Where might this thing go live at? Okay, actually I have no idea. So much so that I'm feeling willing to play maybe the last big... No, there are big points over here. Okay. He attached like that. I'm just gonna pull away. Hane on the head of 2 stones. I'm gonna Hane on the head of 2 stones. And then he wants to connect. That's totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and peep, because there is no cut here. He's got this net, this guy and this guy. I'm gonna pull back from that, so this is nice. He's forcing me into good shape. Ever bad to be forced into good shape. I mean, maybe it is a little bit sometimes, but I don't think it's ever bad. It's not bad in this particular situation. I'm not gonna worry about it. I have no idea what he's doing. I mean, we have like mirror cutting points. I've got cutting points, he's got cutting points. I'd be much more worried about mine if I were white, considering this is a bunch of stones helping each other. So this is perhaps a thing right now. I have options of cutting here or cutting here. I'm just gonna go ahead and take the elephant's eye because I don't want to be greedy and let this link up with this and perhaps create one eye there. So this is the plan. Really hope these guys are not getting surrounded. I can connect up. He does this. No, I don't like that. I don't like this stick becoming more shapely. I really do like unshapely stick. Alright, let's try to get some shape over here. Because this is shapeless. He plays here. I'm okay with this not being all one thing. Yeah, there it is. Not all one thing. Yeah, this needs to happen so that he's not over here creating perhaps an eye. I don't know. I don't know. Reading's hard. We can take this away. Now I don't think that will be an eye. Oh my. I don't know what he's trying, but he's trying. He's trying to kill something over here. These cutting stones are going to die. I don't think he can even get these, but if he does, it's not a big deal, as long as I keep these and this alive. So the big guy in the middle is all cut off. Now might not be a bad time to start counting. I'm guessing he's threatening to make a single eye. If he plays here, then he has this, then he has this. Yeah, I actually can't allow that. So he's gonna have one eye. Because it's either take away the eye and he gets to take maybe all of this, I think. Or do what just happened. Okay, so what else have we got? I don't think I need to cut this off. I think there might be better moves, but let's do it for security. Because it's important to be safe. I'm not going to try to just kill things without being safe. know if he's going in for some kind of throw-in. He plays this, that's fine. I just don't want there to be a throw-in, and reading's hard. So let's just do some good fundamentals so that we don't have to read. Because reading is, ooh, that's like dawn level stuff. That's like high level stuff. He wants to take this. Is he gonna do this guy? There's just like this, like very apparent ladder type thing. Oh, he's doing it. What's going on? Oh no, is this a target? Oh no, I just did that. Oh my god. Okay. That's bad. That's everything. Okay. Everything here is dead. There is nothing alive here. These stones, just absolutely everything. The lot of it is gone. Which means that if we were to count now, we would have points. Well, he's got like 4 corners, and oh my god, like giant kill in the middle. Oh my god. I don't know. Let's count. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. Because counting is important. Counting is good fundamental stuff. Let's continue counting. Where were we? 6 down here. 14. I'm gonna call that 14. This little guy. Let's see what else. These turns are kind of substantial. Let's see, is there anything that we can get by forcing him to... I'm gonna turn. Because maybe that will be worth anything if he doesn't just jump here immediately. How many points does black have? How many points? Right, how many points do I have? And there he goes. So he was also looking at can black do the cool thing over here. There's the other turn. Oh, we got, what, 4 points? What else? God, I need to not lose my talent. 3, 4, 5, 6, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 2, 7. What's 29 plus 14? Plus way more. 24. God, well, black has no points at all. I'm gonna call it. Calling it. Ooh, okay, that was a bad game. That was so awful. Oh no, I did really badly. Is he gonna leave? Is he gonna hang out? Quick review game, but I don't know what he's doing. Is he just gonna... let's find out what happens specifically. Alright, now that we have no time constraints whatsoever, we're playing good normal moves, we're doing an approach, he's doing a funky thing, he's attaching on top when this is the 6th